Hi, Bob from Blackberry Apiary. I was just watching a bunch of videos, and a buddy of mine's commenting on his beehives and so on and so forth. And we're sharing advice back and forth. He's a fairly new beekeeper. I think 2 years now he's been keeping bees, and he's doing really good. So it just got me thinking. Our discussions is maybe I'll just make some short videos this summer of how I maintain my bees, and kind of hopefully give new beekeepers an idea of what they do with their bees. Now, last year I had a great year. I had over 60 gallons of honey. I had a tremendous amount of honey. And the weather's right, and the bees are able to work as hard as they did last year. We'll maybe top that this year, hopefully. I did lose a few hives over the summer. I think one was the starvation. Another one, I don't know. They were all dead in the hive, still in the cluster. Possibly a mite problem. I'm not sure. And third hive, my top bar hive, which I rave about. I made out of 2x. It's been there for 3 or 4 years, going strong. It finally just disappeared. It was opened up this spring, and all the bees were gone. No dead bees in it all. So kind of weird. So they could lose it for various reasons. But anyway, we're gonna get started. You see, it's a really nice day out here today, and we're going to just go around and give the bees some sugar water. I got them on a little bit of sugar water now, but we're going to restock a few of the hives. I don't have enough for all of them. I'll have to make some more, and maybe I'll plop that in another little clip and how I do my sugar water on the stovetop. So, all right, let me get geared up, and then we'll fire up the camera again and hang with me. We'll see what we get. All right, well, I'm all geared up. We're getting ready to go in, and I only got 4 jars of sugar water, but I'll give it to some of the hives in there, some of the ones that seem to need it. We'll see what's going on, and we'll take a look at them. All right, let's take a walk. All right, here's one of my top bar hives. They're doing really good. A lot of nice pollen coming in there. I'm not going to bother with them too much. They're doing really good. It's amazing how gentle some of these bees are. Doing really good. At the same jar of sugar water I put on from the get-go, and they haven't bothered with it. This one I'm going to have to pull apart. Might be, I'm pretty confident there's a mouse nest in the bottom. That's why I have the bottom entry opened up like that. So we'll take a look, see what happens. Doing good. There's all my old equipment. This one's kicking pretty good. They could probably use some new sugar water. I think I'm going to not give to them right now. I already have my hives picked out. I'm going to do these 4 right here. They're a little bit slower moving. They don't seem to be processing a whole lot, so we'll see. Just going to reach up nice and slow. They don't like it when you disturb their hive too much. You want looking over at me right there. There's a couple on top. Now I'm just going to move behind the hive so I'm out of sight from them. But you see they're kind of on the edge checking things out. There you go. No big deal. It's an empty jar. I got to reuse the lid. See, that's a special lid with holes in it. So it lets the water out. Just kind of holding the camera and working jars at the same time. Empty jar in, take a full jar out. Just swap the lids. There we go. There's fresh sugar water in there. It's springtime. I use a 1-to-1 sugar water, and it's just basically standard sugar, like Domino's. I prefer using name brand sugar as opposed to Walmart. It's just preference. This year I had to use Walmart though. That's all that was available, and I think with everything going on right now, there's probably not even much Walmart going on. Interesting thing here though, you see them. Got a lot of activity up in that top entrance. I say a lot, it's not really a whole lot, but you got a bee up there checking things out, guarding. So find one of my other hives with a lot of activity up there. We'll move on down to the next one. Alright, this colony right here, this is actually one of my favorites. I got talking with a superintendent at work. Let me see if I can zoom out here. There we go. And he superintendent of a prison, state prison system. He had a problem with bees in one of his buildings, and one of the maintenance guys knew I was a beekeeper, so he convinced the superintendent to let me go in and get the bees out for him. It worked out really, really well. There you go. See, they're all pretty good in there. They're doing well. I gotta tell you, it's one of my best hives. Not a real big producer of honey per se, or it's just nice, solid, hardy hive. I cut this out of the ceiling of their outbuilding, and it's been doing real well ever since. I apologize for the camera. I'm set down for a moment. Open this jar. There we go. And it's just been a really strong hive overall. Just kind of, notice everything I'm doing nice and gentle. Trying not to rustle them up too much. It's amazing how close you get to these hives and the bees be okay with it. Just as long as we don't aggravate them too much, it's not bad. Alright, so that's 2 jars down. Let's go over here. Here's one with a lot of activity in the top entrance right there. That pretty much tells me most of the bees are up here. I still got my shims on. I got to remove the shim. The shim is just to give me extra room, so when I put in winter food for them. So what the bees are probably doing right now is they're probably building wax between that top super and the inner cover. There's going to be a layer of wax in there I'll probably have to scrape off. And if I don't do it quick enough, they may be laying brood in there too. So, but again, they're taking out the all the sugar water out of there. Some of these hives, I'm just going to take the sugar water right off, because like that hive over there we were looking at, I'm going to zoom in there a little bit more. You know, their water's still full. And he doesn't really need it. They haven't touched the water. They don't care about the sugar water. They got enough resources in there. So that's kind of how they talk to me. All right, let me switch this one out. I kind of wish I had a stand for this. Let me switch this one out, and I'll do another video.